Hello everyone, this is Anna and this is a continuation video from the video that I posted before. If you haven't seen the video, I suggest that you do. It'll give a little bit more information, although I wished I have expressed it a little better, and maybe I will redo it later on, but I wanted to sort of do it as it happened, so it's full of little imperfections in my eyes. But there is a video. You should watch it if it give you much understanding of the prayer that I went to bed on Sunday, and how I woke up feeling the presence of the Lord on Monday. It was so fresh and so real that I still felt the warmth, in me from his presence. And he said in this dream, love and give grace. And he also said, walk and sit with me, which remind me of my friend Ty and the experience that we have. If you haven't seen that video, sit with me. Anyways, I knew it was going to be an awesome kind of day. I knew that there was going to be something spectacular happening. So I got dressed. I was going to go study at the Starbucks, and I was leaving my house. And as I'm leaving my house, there was this little feeling of don't leave yet. And so I go back in the house and I looked around to see if I'm forgetting something. And there was this impression in my heart that says, take the Bible with you. And as I, looked at it and I said, oh, take the Bible. Okay, I take the Bible. I took it with me. Usually I don't, because I'm always on the go, and I don't want it to get ruined, number one. And it's easier. I have it on my iPad, on my computer, on my phone. It's easy to read in there, and you just click on the word and it just gives you the definition of the word that you need, that you don't understand. But I took the scripture, the Lord said, take it, I took it. So I went to the Starbucks and I was studying for 5 hours. And I was studying the book of Psalm, which is the book that God put in my heart to read. So I decided, he knows that I like to read from beginning to end, so I'm going to start from the beginning. So I spent 5 hours reading just Psalm 1. And I looked at all the different translations. I looked at the Spanish versions, English version, even the literal version, word by word, from Hebrew to English and Spanish. And I was just studying, taking notes. It was beautiful. He talks about the blessed man and how the blessed man prospers in what he does. And also talks about the man that is not so blessed in there. It's a beautiful psalm. I suggest you read it. After being in there for 5 hours, I felt like, well, maybe this is enough. I should go home. And as I'm attempting to pack, there was this feeling in my heart that says, no, not yet, stay. And I said, okay, I'm going to stay. So I read for another hour. I studied for another hour, which I can do forever. Anyways, after that, a man comes and he says something. And I heard what he said, but I could not understand a word he said. And he said 3 times. And I'm like, what? And then he says it again. And what? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this man must think I'm crazy. I did not have the earpiece inside my ear, but I had it on my ear. I didn't want him to give up trying to tell me what he was going to tell me. So I just took it out and I said, can you say that one more time? And what he does, I had incidents like this before, and I recognize and I know it's an accent. It means that what's about to happen is important. I don't take that instant for granted. And anyways, when he asked me, what is the Lord teaching you? I spoke everything that was in my heart. I can't even recall everything I said, but whatever the Lord had put in my heart, that's what I said. And he says, he asks if he can sit with me. And I'm like, I've been waiting for you. I am actually been waiting for you. So he sits down and he starts looking at a scripture. He says, can I show you something? And we go to the book of James and chapter 3, verse 13 through 18, which talks about the wisdom from above. So he actually went and he pulled it up and he actually read it to me, which is a beautiful scripture that I really want you to look and read for yourself. But I'm going to just read a little bit of it to you. It talks about the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy. He put an accent in that, full of mercy, and he stopped there and he says, you know, he explained the meaning of mercy, and then he goes on, good fruits, impartial and sincere, and he goes on to read. But you know, it wasn't so much what he was reading, but it was the feeling. He, you know, first of all, I had no idea that Psalm 1 was related to church and other churches, and that he was, I mean, I didn't know any of that. I didn't know that the Lord was actually answering my prayer, which I will actually make another video about that in particular. I just want to tell what happened on Monday. So what really touched me was not so much what he said, but the love that I felt coming out of this man, not just for the church and the people that he worships with, but for other people, you know, in other churches, and how we are to become one. He quoted John chapter 17:11, where he says that we are to become one. And oh my gosh, and like the first thing I say is, what church you go to? So he pulled out this little card, and it's called Real Church. So I saved it in my map, and this Sunday I'm going to go visit this church. I feel that the Lord has something in mind. I'm not sure. But we'll see what happens. I'm really excited. Anyways, isn't it amazing how we can say our prayers and our worries, and the Lord answers our prayers? And I think it happens too often that we're just too busy to not notice. If I was in a hurry living out of my house, which I was sort of in a hurry, but I have learned to listen to those promptings of the Spirit. You know, had I not grabbed my Bible from the table, he probably would not have stopped, you know, and he even said so himself. He wouldn't, because he would have not known what I'm studying or what I'm doing. You know, see how all the synchronicity, the dream sit with me. You know, again, this is another invitation for the Lord to sit with us. So I will invite you again in this video again, you know, to look for those instances where the Lord wants to sit with you. And just teach you something, give you some love, or just share his presence with you. I think we are to look for those moments in our life to increase, you know, our love for him and our faith, you know, in him. You know, just take a time to pause and listen for those little moments in your life where God might be wanting to sit with you. And I will make another video later on about the particular prayer and how God answered that prayer for me. I'll probably do it right after I go to the church. Anyways, I just want to say I love you all. If you need anything, you can call me. You can leave me a message. If you have any ideas that can help us, you know, build each other, you know, I'm open for suggestions. I love you. I just want you guys to have a great day. And I want you guys to think about things that you're grateful for as we are approaching Thanksgiving. Anyways, have a good day. Mwah.